Warning, the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Welcome to Everythin Yet Nothin. Here's a hillbilly in eyeshadow who's looking fabulous and talking about anything yet something. Get ready to chew on a blade of sweet grass and talk about a variety of LGBTQ topics to the lifestyle of a gay hillbilly. Watch out, folks. These hills don't just got eyes. They got themselves a vodcast. Now, here's T-Roy.
Hey, and welcome to Everything Yet Nothing. Of course, it's Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Well, I hope you had a wonderful week, because...
I thought it was Monday at 4. At least I'm in the right spot.
Oh, great. We did it again. The wrong night. You know how horrible that is? Like, we do it almost never. We've had a very exciting week. Yeah, how's your week been?
It's been really nice. I've been off for 2 days.
Off for 2 days. That is exciting.
We got a lot done yesterday, though. Yesterday,
God.
I woke up with, motivation. I don't know.
Oh, he got me started.
I woke up and I thought it was going to be nice and mow the yard. And
he killed me all day yesterday.
Let him sleep in. But no, I'm mowing the yard, and here he comes. Ready to help.
Yeah.
So, and
Yay.
then cleaned the house up, worked on laundry. It was a busy day.
Busy.
Needless to say, today, not so busy.
Not so busy.
We chilled.
So totally chilled.
Watched TV.
We
We went to a really cool work party the other day.
That was pretty cool.
It was
I got
different.
to meet a lot of his co-workers.
Yep.
So that was pretty cool.
So it was a good way to be like, "What's up, everybody? How you doing?"
Mm-hmm. So today we have Mr. Josh Heston, is an editor-in-chief of State of the Ozarks Online Magazine and heads up the platform's member community, where he manages events primarily in Hollister, Missouri. These events include State of the Ozarks Fest, Winter's Artist Night, the Hollister First Friday Art Walk, and Hollister Farmers Market, which is really, really awesome. Every one of them. I've been to the festivals. I've been to the farmers market. Anything and everything that this man is in, it's absolutely 100% fabulous. I'm just saying. And is also author of 2 books and over 400 articles. Heston, an Illinois native, works hard to ensure both preservation, as well as celebration of Ozarks culture, past and present. Heston is a journalist and graphic designer who spends what little free time he has lifting weights and playing with his Basset hound, Skye, which is absolutely adorable. I just love her to death.
Yep.
I haven't even met him, but I love him to death. And also Sunday school director at Smyrna Baptist Church.
And ordained deacon.
What's he? I tell you, this man is an all-around pretty good guy. So you're
He's everywhere. He's everywhere. Oh, we got some comments.
If you don't have him on your side, honey, you better, because he's one hell of a guy to have on his side. So,
well, hello, Kara. Hello, Patricia.
We are going to be
Long
speaking
time
with
no
him
see.
today. We also have an audience, aka they can ask or make comments, ask questions. Audience. So, if you're not watching this, please do.
There.
And so this
So
week
much
has
better,
been
isn't
kind
it,
of
buddy?
busy. Ooh, something's happened today that I can't really wait on. So we have a... What'd you do?
No, just one of the comments.
Oh, we have... he totally threw me off. So, anyways, have another show coming on BB3 here soon, probably within the next couple of weeks, I believe. Really close. That's another show that's going to be absolutely terrific. Like, just out of this world. Of course, anything that I do is out of this world. So, you got to watch it. If you don't have time to watch one of them, just watch them all. Because BB3 is the network to actually watch. Because there's a lot of wonderful shows, wonderful individuals. They're like fam to me because they are my fam. And, yeah, you just got to check it out. BB3. And that's all over the place.
Yeah, it's a lot like they have supernatural shows and
Oh, yeah. Supernatural.
variety shows.
Oh, Dom and Tom. Now, that right there is enough. I'm just saying. You go over there.
Remember them from Dom and Tom's World on
Yes.
WLFE.
On
Have Dom and Tom's
WLFE?
World on BB3.
Yes. And Talk with Dom. Oh, my God. Don't forget about that. Talk with Dom is kick-ass, too.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
They did have that.
So, yeah. Definitely check out Dom and Tom. And they're all over the place. I mean, oh, hey, Mama. What's up?
You just
Mom
not realized that?
Patricia?
That's the one I said. Hey,
Yes.
I said hi, Mom Patricia.
Oh, I thought you was talking about somebody else. Hi, how are you? And it's actually her son that I was talking about, Mr. Dom. So, yeah, awesome. Told you awesome people are there. So this week's been kind of busy up until a couple of days ago. It was busy yesterday, but it was a good busy, you know. We got a lot of stuff done around the house, the yard. Was a couple of days of like rainy, not so good weather. So that's when you get videos going on, talking to people with this wonderful cell phone that I just don't like anymore. But, you know, hey, you gotta like it on those rainy, gloomy days. Been swimming a lot the last few weeks. Oh, I miss my nephew. He was like down for it was a week. He went home this last Sunday. And he comes and spends the week with us through the summer and every other week during any other time. So we did a lot of swimming, a lot of playing, Grand Theft Auto? Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a gamer, but he made me one. So it was really cool. You gotta check that game out. So yeah, I got a sponsor today to come through, and I'm going to be making some T-shirts and some other good stuff to hand out. Well, hopefully
To
sell.
We're not handing them out unless you're handing us money.
Not for free, anyways. We will hand them out for a certain beautiful price. I mean, cheap. I mean, come on now, just $150 per shirt. You know, that's pretty cheap. I mean, damn, come on.
And you'll never guess who, but it was
Everybody left. Just kidding.
Oh, you're fine.
I tried to cut me up too, but
Anyways, what we got going on this weekend?
oh my goodness, this weekend.
The Kindles are at the Star Theater.
Oh yeah, come to the Branson Star Theater, 76 behind Olive Garden and IHOP. Really awesome kick, but like laid back theater. Stevie Lee Woods and the Nashville Roadhouse Live Band is there, and it's pretty much their home. So they have other shows throughout the week.
This week we have the Kindles with Stevie Lee Woods and the Nashville Roadhouse Live Band, the 12th and the 13th.
Oh my God. And the Kindles are absolutely phenomenal.
Scott Baio will be coming up soon.
Scott Baio. Come on out.
He has a one-man show, and he's going to bring it to Branson. Steve will be to the Nashville Roadhouse Live Theater.
I remember him because I grew up with him on TV.
He's still cute.
I know. Don't tell everybody that. I mean, now they're really going to go.
Oh, good. Go see him, guys. He still looks like he did before.
Yeah, and we also have karaoke Friday and Saturday night at the Branson Star at 10 o'clock. After the show starts at 8. From 8 until 10. Halftime is like 9. I say halftime like it's football, baseball, foosball, whatever it's called. Ball.
Foosball. Intermission. Is that what you're
Intermission.
saying?
It was like totally.
Sorry,
not
I didn't
that.
even think about what
I
I
was
was
like-
talking. It was just kind of went over my head.
I'm glad that you didn't either.
And then September 11th, the contestants go head to head from Branson. And,
Yes,
um,
karaoke
Forward.
contest winners. We had a karaoke contest that lasted 2.5, 3 months, and then got down to very few, and then we went through those few and ended up at 2. And so they're coming, and they did the same thing in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and so the one from up there is coming down here, and the 2 of them are going to go up against each other to find out exactly who wins, and whoever does win is absolutely going to be phenomenal because there's a good chunk of money. There's a lot of people are going to know you if they don't know you now. But
That'd
yeah,
be something
definitely.
exciting to do.
And there's also going to be a pre-show. I mean, you didn't hear it from me, but it's going to be the greatest of all shows. Just because I'm going to be performing on the stage also. So that's going to be pre-show along with a couple of other individuals. And you got to come and check it out. I'm going to be singing. You got to come and check it out because I'm not going to tell you until you do. Come and check it out. Surprise.
So without further ado,
and
we should probably bring Mr. Heston on here to talk about
oh my
too.
God, yeah, Heston, I'm sorry. I totally forgot about you, bro.
Someone's gotten used to doing shows by ourselves.
No, never. And no further ado, here is Mr. Josh Heston. Hey, what's up?
Hey guys.
And
How are
Skye.
you?
Hi, Skye. Hi, Skye. I'm your uncle you've never met yet.
He just got into position for the show. I think he's gonna go to sleep.
I love it. I love it. Good boy.
Oh, just wait until he weighs about 60 pounds and does that.
I know it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. He's
We
a
have-
sweetheart.
Our middle puppy and our youngest dog sit up on the back of the recliner like a cat. And the other day, someone was over at the house, and our cat lays on the floor. And they're like, "This, I'm not used to seeing that. Usually, a cat's up." And I was like, "Oh no, our dogs sleep up there. The cat sleeps on the floor."
Oh, he does. He likes to get close, just a little bit.
Lovey, lovey, lovey. Don't you just love it when they do that?
I
They
do, I
know
really do.
when you want that.
You wouldn't believe it, but we've actually spent most of the day together. So
Yeah, he acts like he just got home.
I know. He's a good.
We'll see what it is. It's almost his bedtime, or it's close to
It
bedtime.
is. It is Skye's bedtime. He's trying to tell me that I'm supposed to go to bed so that he can go to bed. So,
What are you
we'll
doing,
see how-
Dad? I'm tired now.
I know.
Skye.
He steals the show though. He's too cute.
I can tell. You're a great host.
So yeah.
Adorable.
Oh, thanks for having me on, guys.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely
We've
excited.
been told so excited. I've been stoked, from day one because you know how much I love ya.
Oh, appreciate that. And what you guys do is great. So
Oh, thank you.
it's good to connect officially.
I know,
Yes,
right?
right?
Like we have, but you've never met really.
We've met before.
Like
We've never
not like me and him.
we've never had.
We
sat down
know
and
each
having
other.
meetings
Now
about-
you're like you
Yeah.
know each other.
We haven't got to hang out yet, and
No.
that's,
Yes.
so this is us hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically,
Totally.
this is how we
Pretty
get to talk to a lot of people. Then
Absolutely.
oh,
That's the fun
It's
of
like-
it,
we'll see you on this show, and then you're a busy man. You've got all kinds of stuff going on. Getting ready for the
Yes.
festival.
So I want to hit on your Bucks.
Yes. I have a lot of books, but I've only written 2 of them.
And what books are those?
So, the first book that I authored is called State of the Ozarks: Essays from the Ozarks Mountain Region. It is available on Amazon, and it is a selection of works about dogs. There we go. No, it's not.
Hey, what's up?
No, it's a selection of works of some of the most popular articles on State of the Ozarks, as well as some of the most popular and some of my editor's pick editorials that I've written over the years. So it's a nice compilation, State of the Ozarks, Essays from the Ozarks Mountain Region. And then the second book is a historical dark Americana fantasy book, fiction, titled Plague Child's Doctor.
Oh, I like it. This sounds very interesting.
It's dark and spooky, and
who doesn't like dark and spooky?
I do. For folks that are familiar with State of the Ozarks, I have a very distinctive style, a very homey style in my writing, and it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a big part of who I am. But I really, in 2018, I reached a point, I think both personally and professionally, that I wanted to branch out a little bit and do something that spoke to other aspects of my personality and and my things that I was interested in. So I started writing this novel, and it is a deviation from the type of things that I'm normally writing, the type of things that folks see in the Branson Globe, the type of things that tend to be really nostalgic and sentimental and homey. And this just takes a hard curve away from all of that. And it's definitely a novel for adults and I would say older teenagers. And I had a lot of fun with it.
I bet. That sounds really fun.
I'm definitely going to have to check it out.
Yeah, I am too.
And
we'll have another show.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It wasn't until I put your bio on that I knew that you had a book. Mm-hmm. Like I read your articles on State of the Ozarks, and I didn't know that you had a book.
Yeah, it is for me, certainly as editor-in-chief of the magazine, and then heading up the events. It's much easier for me to advocate the things that my people do, that our community members do, and it always seems really odd for me to be jumping up and waving a flag over the fact that I did something myself. So I'm really proud of it, but then once I did it, I'm just kind of like, okay, it's done. Now I'm going to work on the next one.
That's very humble of you.
Yeah, it really is.
It's I am, I'm a lifelong writer. I love to write, and there was something just very deeply satisfying about creating a world that was my own. It was very emotionally cathartic for me. I think for anybody who has or has not, been through major emotional trauma. We all go through emotional trauma of various types, and large and small. And there's something incredibly cathartic about writing through that process, and it's I think it's a very spiritual experience.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And
that's a good way to put it. I like that.
Me too.
I've often thought about trying to write something, but then, like, when I was younger, I was like, I'm going to be a poet. And I wrote some good poetry once in a while. But then I was like, I'm going to write the memoirs of my life, which at that point in time, I lived in this podunk town. So there was obviously nothing there for me to write.
You could have wrote about the springs and squirrels and flowers and the trees and the birds and bees.
Yeah, but back then I wasn't as
True.
like into that. Like I'd go walking through the woods and stuff, but I didn't know how to put that down on paper.
Just get a little bit of dirt and roll it on paper.
One of these days. So where can you find your books again?
Right now on Amazon, under either my name or the titles, Plague Child's Doctor or State of the Ozarks, Essays from the Ozarks Mountain Region. And then at a number of events, I'm making a better point to actually keep up and order authors' copies, so I can actually have books. And a number of folks, including my co-producer for Dark Ozarks, Lisa Martin, gives me a really hard time over the fact that I keep forgetting to order my own books. But I'm getting better. So come. Let's see. What's our next event? Art Walk. First Friday Art Walk is going to be the first Friday of September. Come on by. I'll have some books.
Awesome! Can't wait.
Definitely. And the Art Walk of first Friday of September is where?
Downtown Hollister, Missouri, on historic Downing Street and the surrounding environment. And got some neat stuff coming up on that.
Awesome.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, we got, of course, we usually run about 7 to 12 distinct artisans and artists up and down the street. The event is free. And Downing Street, for people who, well, you guys have been to Downing Street recently. There's a lot of new businesses down there. A lot of local folks who are investing in the community and making some really, really neat stuff. And it's a gorgeous place. That's where the festival is going to be. That's where most of our, it's where a lot of our stuff is. And it's a neat environment. His Hollister has a lot of history. And for folks that haven't been, it looks like an old English village.
Yes.
Oh my God, yes, it does. And I love how it does that because, I don't know, that's what made me fall in love with Hollister was that right there.
Oh, me too. And of course, that's, the festival space. And I could not think of a more perfect space. We've got the railroad track. We've got the historic depot. We've got these gorgeous trees on one side of the street. And then we have this whole, merchant street front that is just right there. And of course, to answer the question, yes, it is right across the bridge from Branson, Missouri, and we're only about 2 miles at the most from Branson Landing. And a lot of people have yet to discover Hollister, and I'm always excited to introduce people to the town.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever come to Branson, please, people, check it out because it's not really that far from Branson. It was like hop, skip, and a jump. You go to the landing, you're not even 5 miles from Hollister.
Oh, not even that. 2 miles.
You go over the bridge and around the corner.
Yeah, you could walk there. And basically cross either of the bridges at the Branson Landing, across Lake Taneycomo, make a right, and go around the corner, cross Turkey Creek, and you're in downtown Hollister, Missouri. And Hollister predated Branson. The depot was built in 1909, 1910. Branson was not incorporated as a town until 1913. So we were here first.
Wow. I didn't know that. Well, there you go. Go and see what started Branson.
Absolutely. It really kind of did. Of course, Shepherd of the Hills really kicked off the tourist boom.
Yes.
But at the time that Shepherd of the Hills was published, 1908, I always say it's 1907 because that's when my grandpa was born, but I think it was 1908 when the book was published. And creating the Shepherd of the Hills country phenomena, when folks wanted to travel for the first time down here to, go basically be groupies and,
right.
And, discover the fandom of Ozark Mountain Country, the easiest and best way in was by train, but they'd not built the depot at Branson yet. So folks came to the Hollister depot and got off the train at Hollister, stayed at the Old English Inn, which is still there. It's also haunted, in case anybody wants to know. Yes, it is very haunted. And
I've often wondered that. We've had a whole conversation about that before, Peter and I.
It confirmed there's a lot of ghosts at the Old English Inn, and a lot of layers of history. The most dramatic paranormal incidences, take place on the third floor and in relationship to the attic. But there's paranormal reports throughout the entire building, including on the first floor.
Oh wow!
Do they do ghost tours there?
Yes, I'm going to be hosting one.
Oh.
I forgot to put on my bio what I do with Dark Ozarks. And I don't know why I forgot that, because I just finished a podcast, but I'm co-producer Dark Ozarks, and we host a lot of paranormal related, dark history related live events, as well as online virtual events. Myself and my co-producer, Lisa Martin in Joplin, and she's a longtime paranormal investigator. Of course, I've been doing historical and folkloric research for years and years. And so we joined forces officially, publicly in 2020, and then took off with that. So coming back to the Art Walk, we'll have the September First Friday Art Walk on the October First Friday Art Walk. Depends on the bathroom. This is fun. When I do my podcast, I can't see the comments, so I'm having a blast with this. But
oh, Chanel, she's always there. She's been going through some stuff with
I call her Shanae.
But she's a great person.
Yeah,
we love her to death. She's
awesome.
like a sister. Never met her in person. We've met her through the podcasting world, but
Over 2 years now.
yeah, one of these days we'll make it to Wisconsin and we'll go see her.
Oh, that's fantastic. You'd be surprised that actually documentably an enormous number of deaths take place in bathrooms, and enormous, per capita, an enormous number of hauntings are actually associated with bathrooms. So just something to remember as you're on the way to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
I mean, I've always had a thing with bathrooms because Bloody Mary.
Yep.
I was totally a believer of Bloody Mary, and I, to this day, do not like to go into a dark bathroom and look right in the mirror. So
I think that's very fair. I saw a meme that I want to share. I need to ask. I can cuss a little bit on this, right?
Oh,
yes, we have the parental advisory.
Yeah, I thought I saw that. I just wanted to make sure. There is a fantastic meme out there that says, "I like to get in my car and say Bloody Mary 3 times in the rearview mirror just to make that bitch run to keep up."
I like that.
Oh, that's great.
But to come back, the Hollister First Friday Art Walk of October, that is, of course, sponsored by State of the Ozarks, will include a walking tour, as well as a tour of a lot of the haunted spaces of downtown Hollister.
Right.
Great way to kick off the Halloween season, and maybe bring home a ghost with you.
That is absolutely. And I was going to tell you, my network.
That's why you throw salt over your shoulder as you're leaving the threshold. Just kind of shake it over you.
Most of our shows on both networks, BB3 and WLFE, have a lot of paranormal shows.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
I mean, a lot. And one's out of New York and the other one's out of Florida, I believe it is. And it's a mixture. Like, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Chanel's birthday is on Halloween. She's a Halloween child.
She's a Halloween baby.
My birthday is just shortly thereafter, so for me growing up, it was like the best time of year.
Yeah.
It's the same. As soon as I smell the leaves starting to fall, because fall has a smell and you can smell it the first crisp morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I sleep like no other. Like any other day throughout the year, whatever. But boom, once that starts happening, I'm like sleeping like a baby.
It's such a magical time of the year.
It is. Autumn is definitely my favorite time of the year. I honestly like all the seasons, but autumn is my
Me
favorite.
too. Yeah.
It really is.
Same.
Winter's all right until it ices.
Ice is not fun, especially down here in the Ozarks. I grew up in central Illinois, and we get ice storms, but we had like fleets of trucks ready to salt everything down and prep
Not
it.
here.
And I know, obviously folks try, but it's not quite to the same level.
Right. And I'm sure it's not, because it never really has been.
And roads up there where I come from are a lot flatter. And so like
I was getting ready to say
west and north and south. Now I'm down here. When that stuff happens, I'm like, y'all have fun. I'm canceling everything and staying home until this is done.
Right. I swear, when they made the roads around here, somebody was either drunk or really messed up on something.
They were just following a critter.
Yeah, that too.
I've heard they made them out of goat trails. They were following a snake. Well, it is time for a commercial break, so we will be right back. We have to run a nice little commercial. What is it about?
Stuff.
Here we go.
We'll be right back after these messages. And welcome back to Everything Yet Nothing. We are speaking with Mr. Josh Heston of the Ozarks. State of the Ozarks. And the Ozarks. We all live in the Ozarks. Come on.
We do.
Well, that's true. We do, don't we?
The Ozarks, there's a lot more of the Ozarks than a lot of people realize.
Oh, yeah, a lot more.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it stretched as far as it did. Living in Oklahoma, and I lived right on that area where the Ozarks end in Oklahoma. Yeah. I didn't realize that. I thought I was just in green country, Oklahoma, and still in the Ozarks. But yeah, it goes all the way there to Oklahoma through Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. For people that might not be familiar, we're talking basically approximately Tahlequah, Oklahoma to almost Cape Girardeau. Missouri, east and west, and then north and south, we're talking Jefferson City to Little Rock.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize all the way to Little Rock.
Yeah. That's why I was like, wow.
Geologically, as you get into Little Rock and you drop down into the Arkansas River Valley, you're out of the Ozarks. But as soon as you come up into that, start getting into the raised upland plateau, you're in the Ozarks.
And it's such a beautiful drive.
Oh my God. Like all over. Yeah.
So I'm from Kansas, Oklahoma, which is right up by Tahlequah. And I go through Arkansas, Springdale, all those to get to my parents' house. And the Highway 412 drive is just amazing. You go down, there's this one hill that looks like a volcano could be. And it's like the pointiest one that's got all these little round hills. And then there's one tall, pointy one. And you just see it from everywhere. And I'm just like, oh, that's my favorite hill. that, and of course the drive here to home every day. The just driving right down.
Yeah, we
into
got
the
a
hills.
valley, and it's just trees and hills, and yeah, I love it. You always know when you're almost to my house, our house, because you see that, boom.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
this is where the boys are.
And I've always said, if I ever take that for granted and I'm just like, whatever, then it's time for me to move. And it's time for me to reevaluate my life. Because the beauty of the Ozarks is astounding every day.
They are. I think it is one of the most unique and beautiful places in the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. A lot more people should see it as well.
I agree.
Especially if they're in the city or somewhere where it's just not country-like. Because,
Absolutely.
this is country here. All the way around. No matter if you are in a big town or a little town, you're still in the country, the Ozarks.
It's a very unique place, and a lot of stories, a lot of folklore, and of course, gorgeous scenery all over, and it's varied. We do get some crap occasionally for the fact that our mountains aren't that tall, but our valleys and our hollers are really deep, so it makes up for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it really is. That it is.
I'm trying to keep this PG. I have one of them minds that are easily derailed to.
I wonder.
I am a 12-year-old in a
wander.
39-year-old man's body.
Talking about my body.
No, my body.
So how long you been with the State of the Ozarks?
Well, since there was such a thing, because I founded it, but that was 16 years ago this month.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
Are you going to do a sweet 16 birthday?
What's that?
Are you going to do a sweet 16 birthday?
Yeah, it will be on the date of the festival.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah. The 16 years ago, 2007, I got everything together. It was an idea. It was a project that I had started working on, was very passionate about. The first week of September, came down from Illinois, did my first round of interviews, my first round of photos, went back home to Illinois, wrote my first round of articles, put it all online to the acclaim and fanfare of me, because nobody else knew that it was online. But it happened to be September 17th of 2007. And then fast forward 10 years later, when we got approached with, doing the festival, and we're in talks with the city of Hollister and the merchants, the downtown merchants, and looking at when would be a viable time and place to do the festival, it landed almost smack in the on that anniversary, actually on the 10th anniversary of State of the Ozarks. This is our 6th festival downtown, and it seemed like a really positive sign that all of that lined up. So it's a little weird for me, having started State of the Ozarks 16 years ago, and I don't think I've aged. I know I have. I don't, it doesn't seem like there's been this lapse of time. It's a little surreal that I've been working at this for, closing in on 20 years now. Wow.
Yeah, but it just flies by though. Like
it does. Good times, bad times, both,
they're
moving on.
Yeah. And before you know it, it's been 16 years,
Yeah. I'm I need to get my baby a car.
Right. I love it.
It's been you can measure it, in terms of number of festivals, number of articles. I've written over 400 articles for the magazine, number of issues for State of the Ozarks Weekly. Huge plug for State of the Ozarks Weekly, by the way. It's free. Folks can go to stateoftheozarks.net, sign up. There's no cost to that. But we've published every week for over 760 weeks, and
Wow.
have not missed. I'm really proud of that. So that's a large body of work that looking back on it, there's been some rough times, there's been some amazing times, but it's hard to imagine that much time has actually elapsed, because I'm still just this goofy kid that's super excited about doing this stuff. Nobody knows that, but well, now they do.
Aren't we all?
I think so. It's been
Part of the hills thing, huh?
What's that?
Part of the hills of just living in them.
It is, and I don't know. There's I think that there's a lot that folks do love about the Ozarks. I think there's a lot that folks maybe don't understand about the Ozarks. There's certainly some frustrations of growing up in the rural Ozarks for a lot of people, and my goal is to hopefully serve as a bit of a cultural bridge for all of that, and help help where I can, help people understand we do have something really special here. Can things be improved? Absolutely. But I think that a lot of times improvement is best done with a lot of respect and understanding toward the past. And absolutely. I think that actually it smooths the way and helps folks relax a little bit, to know that the next generation is not going to come in and just change everything wholesale.
Yeah, right. I mean, there's always good in change, but you have the shitty change too, and we just need to change it for the better.
I think change
improve it if nothing.
Change just for the sake of change, or change simply born out of frustration with the way things are, is running risk. And I think that at the same time, change is inevitable, and we each have the opportunity to shape what that change looks like. And a lot of that comes through understanding, through dialogue, and doing something I think is really, really difficult for each individual, which is at times letting our guard down, being vulnerable, and running the risk that we won't be understood, but also running the risk that we will.
Yeah, and that's we're trying to open minds and change.
That's it.
Lives.
Open minds, open eyes, and change minds.
Yeah, there you go.
We like change, but again, there's good change, bad change. This is our hometown, and we chose for it to be our hometown, but we chose it because we love it, and we feel like this is home, no matter where we live in the Ozarks. It's home. And so, if nothing else, we want to improve, like you said, and maybe help individuals that don't understand certain ways of life and certain things that maybe do need to change, and they don't have that, guidance, and maybe help them guide them down the right path.
I think, taking those mentorship positions is important. And when this is difficult for a variety of people, including myself at times. But one of the first steps in terms of being understood is having to put yourself out there and being willing to try to understand somebody else.
Right. Yep. And that's very true.
And that's my work. Of course, we've got the member community with State of the Ozarks. For people that don't know how that works, rather than do advertising on the site, we developed a member community, and then I became an advocate for those members, and they are the backbone of the platform, and certainly the backbone of what allows things like the festival and art walk and farmers market to happen. But to me, there's an interesting benefit, because it puts me in contact with so many very different people, and tasks me with being their their advocate. And
Right.
there's times that, well, for the most part, I take to that pretty naturally. I love people. I love working with people. I love finding ways that I can be their advocate and support their endeavors, particularly, whether that's in business or, personally. But there's been a number of times that people have come to me and said, this doesn't make any sense, because you have people who in any other environment really would likely either never talk to each other, or they would be at each other's throats. And within the State of the Ozarks context, they can collaborate, they can be friends, they can interact in very positive ways. And they're like, how's that happen? And I really believe that the majority of people, there's not everybody, but I believe that the majority of people would love to just be able to get along with everybody, but they're waiting for permission to do it. Right.
Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense. It really does, especially for the Ozarks.
Yes. And, and of course, I think that with State of the Ozarks, we're able to give that permission and then guide the process. But, it's a little like, realizing that, the magic is a little bit inside of us. We can grant ourselves permission to get along with other people.
Yep.
That's what we decide to do in our daily lives. Because it's easier to just live and let live and get along with people than it is to dislike them for some other reason, some reason or another. And we can't even hold grudges because we're like, that's just too taxing. I got to remember why I'm mad at this person.
Right.
I
got time for other stuff. I don't got time for all that.
Yeah. That reminds me of a great line. Hopefully, it might be mildly offensive, but it's certainly not meant to be. And I'm Celtic. My ancestry is Celtic, so I think I can get by with it. Irish Alzheimer's. Irish Alzheimer's. The definition of Irish Alzheimer's is that you forget everything but the grudge.
I like that. That sounds about right.
That can happen too. But I love joking about it, but I do have probably about 50% Celtic heritage, and I love it, even when other people don't. So that makes it extra fun.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely does.
We like Celtic things.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah. But
I like Celtic food. It involves potatoes.
I like potatoes too much, and I try to stay away from them.
That is fair. That is very fair. Yeah, I like Downing Street Poorhouse and their potatoes, and it's not fair that I could almost walk there from where I live. So
right.
Oh, when they're busy, they make that whole area smell delicious.
Oh my gosh! Yes. When they fired up the kitchen and all of downtown smells like Wagyu burgers, I'm going, this is nice. This is very nice.
I saw them on the Vacation Channel a few years ago, and I saw this bison burger, I think it was, that they had, and I was like, babe, it. I don't know why we were watching the Vacation Channel. It was just happened to be on, and I got stuck in it.
It was there,
and I was just like, we have to go. And that's the first time we ever went to Downing Street Poorhouse because it was on the Vacation Channel, and I had to go.
Yeah, they're phenomenal. I eat there several times a week. I eat there a number of times. They'll actually make me stuff that I can eat when I'm training, and that doesn't throw me off my my training diet. And then when I'm not training, then I go back and order off the regular menu and get stuff that is phenomenal as well.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice to know.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the things I really think. I mean, I'm definitely Team Hollister, Missouri. There's no question about that. I love a lot of our other towns as well and support and advocate them, but I live in Hollister, and it blows me away. A town as small as Hollister, we have some of the best restaurants around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And the Poorhouse is definitely like in my probably top 6 restaurants to eat at just anywhere at all.
And the Japanese kitchen is really good, and it's been there forever.
What's that?
The Japanese kitchen.
Yes, it has. Good stuff. And
so we hit on the. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say a lot of history down there.
A lot.
Oh, yes.
And you can feel it when you're walking down the street too. You just it comes from every angle there is.
I know. And I don't know if you guys saw or not, but Ember's Cigar Lounge opened up in the old Christian Science building. A beautiful old building. They opened up Thursday night. We had the Aardwalk on Friday. I don't even smoke, but I'm like, oh my gosh, this is cool.
That's cool. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
No,
They just opened up down there, so yeah.
Cool. We're gonna have to check that out.
Absolutely.
I haven't smoked either, but
yeah. I used to smoke a cigar now and then, but now I'm just like, I'm good. But we hit on the State of the Ozarks Festival a little bit, but we didn't really talk about what's coming up with it. So.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Of course, you guys have been, so you have kind of an inside scoop of what's cooking.
Yeah, I was telling you backstage, I'll share it with the world. Last year, we were at the State of the Ozarks Festival, and I was supposed to be at work, and then they had some sword fighting, and I was late. I called my job, and I said, I'm sorry, but I have to be here for this because you were TV.
If I would have remembered, I would have put that up on here because I still have it on my phone. My gallery. And I was like, whenever he just said that, I was like, shit. I could have had that up on here. But that was freaking, oh my God, that rocked. I've never in my life ever thought that it would even happen in Hollister. And whenever it happened, I was like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
So
the real person do it.
So funny story on this. Of course, for people who really know me well, know that I have very eclectic interests and tastes and historical background, etc. And I like putting things together that wouldn't normally go together and having it work. And 2017 was the first festival, and inadvertently I sold the idea of the festival as a craft festival, which of course, as you guys know, craft festivals are huge in the Ozarks.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't really mean to sell it to the, sort of the stakeholders like that. But I did, based on some brochures that I had, and not mine, but just brochures about festivals. Say, hey, we're going to do a festival. It's going to be kind of like this. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I published. This was late in the process, about this time of year, about a month out, and I published the vendor list. And top of the list was Feast of the Goblin King, and it is a cosplay and Renaissance group from Hartville, Missouri, and they are goblins. When they are in character, they are goblins. And I'm in a kind of high end meeting with various leaders, community leaders, and they go, "What is Feast of the Goblin King?" And I'm like, just work with me. I think this is gonna work. Then I went home and I prayed, oh my gosh, please make this work. Because I didn't know. I'd never done
Oh, what did I do?
And oh my gosh, but it worked out. And Feast of the Goblin King comes every year. They'll be there this year. And then out of that, I started developing some relationships with various people, including at that time, Goblin King, who later became captain of the Red Boar. And the Red Boar, the Order of the Red Boar, is a 14th century medieval live steel fighting group. That's a lot of words to put together for guys who put on real armor and use real weapons and walk into a stockade and then beat the crap out of each other in real time.
Like for real.
It's it's done under very specific rules. There are actually these groups. There are not very many groups of this nature in the United States, and actually not very many of these groups in North America. But they are comparatively popular and comparatively well known in continental Europe. And the group was actually founded by an Army veteran who was spending a lot of time based on where he was stationed at. He was stationed in Belgium and became involved and then started this group here as a chapter in the United States and in Missouri. And we've been very fortunate the last 3 years to be able to have the Order of the Red Boar come down. Last year, for the first time, they assembled their working trebuchet. For people who don't know what a trebuchet is, it is a fancy French word for catapult. And it was used, traditional trebuchets were used, they were castle breaker. They would crack open a castle. And our trebuchet does work based on certain regulations that I would actually rather ignore, but I can't. We can't actually fire it at the festival because I really wanted to like load it with marshmallows and just pelt the entire.
Oh my god, that would be so
awesome.
cool.
But that's probably not going to happen. However, it will be there. Folks, you can come, you can talk about it, you can take pictures, you can get your photo taken with it. And then the great thing is that the live fights take place several times a day. And encourage people to go to the State of the Ozarks Fest page on Facebook or go to stateoftheozarks.net and bookmark the page. And, we'll publish the actual agenda, the schedule for the event as well.
That is freaking awesome.
I can't wait. I'm already excited.
I know, right?
Like, as soon as this show's over, I'm going to put in.
Last year, I don't know what my name was, but I was named one of the trolls. And I can't Bubble. Oh shit. Bubble something. Fairy something.
I don't know.
Oh, I can't remember, but it was hilarious.
That was almost a year ago.
Yeah, the king.
The Goblin King.
Bless me or whatever.
You got named by the goblins, didn't you?
Yes, I got named by the goblins.
Yes, that was awesome. Of course, we also we include a lot of fine arts, a lot of traditional Ozarks crafts as well. I wasn't actually lying when I said I was making a craft festival. I just augmented it with all this other stuff.
Yeah, because you do have artisans there. And
Oh yeah.
You have food vendors there.
But it was more than one thing, so it wasn't really focused on just that one thing. I mean, a festival is more than one thing.
Last year, the best coffee shop in Branson.
You just put a lot of good worlds in just one place, and it was amazing.
I appreciate that. I really think that worlds can collide in very positive ways, and it messes with people's perception. I think in good ways, and I love doing that.
Yeah, and it did. That totally messed with me. I've never ever in my life, and I want to go every year.
Awesome.
And the whole Goblin King, I want to go to where they are and do the whole Renaissance and I want to do it.
Yeah. And that's just up in Hartville. They do that.
Yes.
That it's not that far away, and they're planning on being back this year. I love it. So awesome. we're gonna have a good time. Working with Josh Ong and the Deck Pizza. I think the Deck Pizza wagon truck is gonna have some. I'm talking him into a dessert pizza. That's what I'm getting at.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know what all is going to come out of it, but they're usually at the Saturday Farmers Market, and I'm standing in front ordering pizza going, hey, can we do this? And I kept throwing things out they have this phenomenal pizza crust that I actually just ordered on Saturday. I just ordered the pizza crust. so I could just eat the crust, and because I'm weird like that, and plus carbs, and and I'm like, so what would happen if you put like a powdered sugar cream cheese frosting on top of this with cinnamon and then maybe some more sugar on top? And he's like, this could be really fun. So we may have like an original dessert pizza just for the festival.
Awesome.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah, that's gonna go over sweet.
I'm gonna order like 6 of them because between now and then I'm like not gonna be able to eat sugar. So I'll just be in a sugar coma. You can find me lying on the street. And
Right.
Even better.
All sugared out.
yes. I don't know. You guys might have missed it. We had a Civil War surgeon on the street late in the day.
Oh no, I definitely missed it.
It was later in the day. Jim Ridenauer does Civil War reenactment and as a surgeon, and so he's got all the tools. He's got like the hacksaw and the whole bit, to saw people's legs off, and the bloody apron and all that. And he's like, I need somebody to be the patient. So I'm like, okay. So they shot me and laid me on a board in the middle of the street. And I'm laying there, and these little kids that I know are like walking by going, oh my gosh, what is wrong with Josh? I'm like, don't worry, I'm just playing dead. Then they like cut my arm off.
Yeah, it's like, so how far into this enactment are they willing to go? That's what I
was crossing my fingers that the gym was going to draw a line somewhere. Fortunately, did. I still have both hands, so we're good.
Right.
Oh, I love it.
Oh.
I love it.
Well, it has been great talking to you.
Yes,
Thank you for coming.
absolutely.
Unfortunately,
Absolutely
it is that
great.
time.
And we also have you coming back up on some other shows.
Yes, we
soon.
do. Yeah, looking forward to that.
That's going to be awesome because that's going to be more on you than what this was based on. And I love that part because who doesn't need to know you but everybody?
I appreciate that.
But yes, thank you so very much, Josh. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. It's been awesome.
Thank you, guys.
We're going to put you in the back, and then we'll be right back.
We'll be right back with you. And there you have it. OMG, I told you he was the greatest. And he's not so, too bad on the eyes, too. You need to pull that off. Unless you come back for the other episodes that we're going to have him on. Because, like I said, that's going to be more about Josh than what this was about. And it's going to be 2 or 3 part. I want to say 3. And it's going to be freaking awesome. I cannot wait. So much fun. And State of the Ozarks, check that out. Look that up. He's on Facebook, one individual that you want on your side, want around you, want to know, want to be a part of his life because he just has that aura and that energy and just the vibes that I think everybody in the Ozarks and all around the world need around them and in their life. So definitely look him up. And further in the future, check him out. It's going to be, I believe in a couple of weeks is when that starts.
We'll get back with you on that, though.
But yeah, we will.
Check out StateoftheOzarks.net or check out State of the Ozarks on Facebook. Always check out T. Roy and Von Shirley on TikTok or T. Roy TV.
And you can also find me on T. Roy TV and
The Brunch Hour.
The Brunch Hour
with Damien
and T. Roy. And that is KRBC. That is
on the Live
online.
365 app.
Yes, Live 365.
Or KRBC Radio.
And you can also find me here soon on BB3. And my show isn't there yet, but they all know me, so you can still BB3 and T-Roy. They'll be all like, oh, I know him. He's
More
like a
information
brother.
to come on that later.
Yeah, totally. WLFE-DB.com or radio. that's what this is. They replay my shows all the time. You can also find it on Everything Nothin without the G's on Facebook page.
Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Apple Music, podcast. And
every
Google
online
podcast. Anywhere you get your podcast, just check out
podcast.
Everything
you
and
got
Nothing with T. Roy.
It's there. Every episode, from the very first beginning to the end, and it's been one heck of a ride. So
It
I
has
want
been.
to check it out.
You should.
So, so have a good night. Peace and love, everybody. Help somebody else be a rainbow, and be a rainbow yourself, because I think the whole world needs a whole lot of more color of a rainbow.
Bye.
Thank you for joining T. Roy and a special guest here on Everythin Yet Nothin. Tune in next Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central for another episode you won't want to miss. Until next time, be a rainbow in someone's life.
Like and follow us on Facebook at WLFE DB Radio.
And
And
oh
that-
my God, did you see that beard that he has?
OMG, yes, like mount me all over.
Oh, hi guys. Bye guys.
Hi, bye.